Hey, I just got back from The Chosen Last Supper Part 1 in theaters. I actually saw it in IMAX, which is really cool. And I would recommend, if you're wondering, is The Chosen worth it? Is it worth it to see it in theaters? Is it worth it to see it in IMAX? I'm here to confirm to you, yes, it is very much worth it. I saw it in IMAX, so I've seen it twice now. I've seen it at the world premiere, which was not in IMAX, and I've seen it now in IMAX. So I can tell you the difference. And the difference is IMAX is much, much better. So I think Thursday tonight was the only night that IMAX was available for a lot of places. So if you don't have an IMAX theater near you, you're not missing out. But if you do have one, definitely take advantage of it because it was awesome to see it in IMAX on a bigger screen with better sound. I definitely noticed some things that I didn't notice before in terms of the sound quality or even just with some of the visuals. It was just great to see it in IMAX. So definitely that's the experience that you want if you're going to go see it in the theater because it is worth seeing in the theater unless you want to wait till June. If you're literally not able to, if you're not able to go see it in the theater, then okay, that's fine. You don't have to. But if you're able to, definitely go out and see it because listen, it is made for the big screen. When you're sitting there in the theater, it's an experience like no other. And The Chosen season 5 is just bigger in general. It's so much more cinematic with the way they filmed it, with the sound and the music, and the acting is just great. All of it was really awesome. And hey, if you have seen it in theaters, go ahead and let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. This is the most important part about this, is to converse with each other. The reason I do these videos is because I love to hear from you guys and hear the community fan discussion. So yes, The Chosen Last Supper, as I'm recording this basically, is in theaters right now. So definitely go out to your local theater, check your listings, go ahead and buy some tickets, take your family and your friends and go see it in the theater because it's finally time for another season of The Chosen. We've waited over a year since season 4 to see a new season of The Chosen, and it's finally here. So hey, if there's some who haven't seen it, maybe leave out some spoilers in the comments, but hey, I'm not going to take off the spoiler warning now. If you haven't seen it, definitely, don't read the comments. That's on you. But hey, spoil away down in the comments. Tell me all your thoughts about everything that you thought about these 2 episodes. I just got back from seeing them with a friend, and I really enjoyed it because I saw it for the second time now. And the second time around, it still definitely holds up. The turning of the tables is epic. Definitely deserved to be in IMAX, first of all. I was just floored by just the production quality this season. I definitely, noticed stuff I hadn't seen before, but these 2 episodes are just great. They are great episodes of television. I just am always enjoying it when I get to watch new Chosen episodes. And across the board, all of the different departments are going all out in this thing. And there's some really big Bible moments too. And there was even a moment, if you guys remember the moment where the thunder crackles and they hear the voice of God say glorify. My friend who was with me, he was like, I don't know how I felt about them adding that scene in there. And I was like, oh, no, that was actually from the Bible. So there you go. There's another trademark Chosen moment where you watch it and you're like, really? I can't believe they added this scene in. And then you go back to the scriptures and you're like, oh, wait, this is actually not added in. This is something pulled directly from scripture. So another fun moment like that. I had that this time around. Let me know if you had any moments like that this time around as well. But I really enjoyed these episodes the second time. Listen, if I enjoyed it the second time, you're going to enjoy seeing it the first time. And I know a lot of you guys will be going to theaters multiple times. I don't know if I have the budget for that kind of thing. I'll try to see it maybe in IMAX once for every set of episodes. But if you want to check out my other video that I did, you can check out my video about what we're going to see in the next episode. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. It's not getting a ton of views, so I don't know how many guys are seeing it. But these 2 episodes, they're huge. Episode 1 was great. I would rate them probably both equally. They're both about a 10 out of 10. And I know I'm really positive about the show. I can't bring myself to criticize it. And I don't think criticism is bad. I think criticism is great, constructive criticism when it comes to the show. I just don't feel qualified to give a lot in terms of a lot of these things just because, I just like being excited about it. So I'll talk about what I like. But definitely pay attention to John this season. John seems like he's going to be a big focus. I love the way they did the Last Supper. By the way, spoiler warnings are off. I'm going to be discussing full spoilers here. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go get your tickets, check it out, but come back maybe after you've seen it if you don't want to be spoiled at all for how the events play out. Because yes, I already know the comments are coming. We have read the Bible. Yes, we all read the book that it's based on. But the beautiful thing about The Chosen is that the way they translate it to the screen is always in a new and different creative way that, yes, may ruin your experience if you hear about it beforehand, because it is just, when you go in with fresh eyes, it's really awesome to see a lot of this stuff unfold, maybe in a way that you aren't expecting or you weren't thinking about, maybe get some new revelations. So definitely go check it out if you don't want to be spoiled. But what do you guys think about the way they're doing the Last Supper, it seems, so far, where it seems like they're kind of splitting it up amongst the cold open of every episode. That seems really interesting to me. And I thought it was cool. My dad, however, didn't love it, but I think we're going to get to, as the story progresses, we're going to get to see it unfold once we get there in the storyline. Like, I don't think the full thing is just going to be the cold open of every episode. I hope not. I want to see the whole thing play out, but maybe that's how they're going to do it. Just split it up amongst these episodes. Because the whole thing is titled The Last Supper, the whole season. So it's kind of making the whole season this event that's centered around this one pivotal moment where the disciples all gather for their Last Supper together. It was really cool. And I really, really enjoyed that. That was a cool way. That's what I'm talking about, where The Chosen really does a good job of taking these stories that we know. They've been around for 2,000 years. There's nothing that's new here, except for what they added, and I guess creatively. But they're also taking these stories that we all know and love, and then they're translating them to the screen in a way that's super entertaining for television, really fits the medium, and also like subverts your expectations a lot. Because The Chosen fully has the upper hand on what it knows that you're expecting maybe to see from these Bible stories, and then it is able to subvert those expectations in a way that, you know, keeps you invested because you're wanting to see how all of the events are going to unfold. And it does give you a lot of food for thought in terms of how these scenes would have played out, what it realistically looked like for a lot of this stuff to go down in the first century, and show how it relates today. So that's really what The Chosen is all about. I love Thomas and Coffney. And what do you think about that Rhema cameo, by the way, too? Let me know what you thought about that. Rhema is still here in The Chosen Season 4. At the beginning of Episode 2, we get a flashback to when Rhema was still alive. And Thomas thinks Rhema's mom is Rhema as well. So Yasmin is still very much in the mix here. She hasn't left the show, even though she's dead. So that was a pleasant surprise to see her. These are just my basic, general thoughts after just leaving the episodes, by the way. Not anything that's composed or like put together. This is just my basic reaction coming out of the theater for the second time seeing the episodes in theaters. But I want to hear what you guys think, as always. But I will be doing a lot of content about these episodes as they're coming out. Breakdowns or just, talking about deeper details, that kind of thing. So definitely look forward to that. I'm not just going to be rambling for every episode, but these are just my thoughts. This is what I thought coming out of the theater. So I want to hear what you think. Let me know down below and subscribe if you haven't already. But man, these episodes, they're great. There's so much to talk about. They're definitely worth the wait for me, and they're worth seeing on the big screen. That's the bottom line. Definitely go out to your local theater if you can. If you can't, that's all right. Just wait till they're on streaming, but you're gonna love them. I loved them. And if you've already seen them, let me know what you think. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Binge Jesus.